Shenanigan Sports Pub.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon and happy Monday, everybody. I'm looking at my text now. It is the Lunchbox live stream show on YouTube and Facebook and simulcast on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. Now 125,000 maniacs, members strong. And we're here at Shenanigan Sports Pub. I just got word from Pat Utter, Dolphins superfan and the proprietor here of this marvelous gastro sports pub here in Dania Beach, that he is running a little late. And should be here in about 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm going to get us loaded up onto the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. And I'm going to welcome from his homestead in Lauderdale by the Sea, is it?
Yes.
Jeff Defo DeForest. How was your weekend? Are you peeling yourself off the mat?
Pretty much. I was on the mat the entire weekend. I never even got to the track on Saturday. I started watching college football, and I just kept telling myself, all right, I'll go after this quarter. I'll go after this, this next play. And I'm watching some races, and I ended up getting enthralled in the Alabama game, which came up after Ohio State and Penn State opened things up. And, it was a fantastic weekend of sports viewing. Friday night, you had two hellacious baseball games. And then that continued through the weekend as well with a lot of drama. And then, of course, we had the pro games yesterday and the Dolphins late last night going down to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Just arrived right on cue. He's got
a Xavier Howard jersey.
We're going to get in Pat Utter. So, no, Defo, it's okay to just spend a Saturday relaxing at home on the couch.
I did the same thing Sunday, though. Yeah.
I've been known to do that myself. What would enhance your life greatly, Defo, as we welcome Pat Utter to the Lunchbox show. Oh, we got to get the mic down. I know you got the boom.
There he is.
Yeah,
I was thinking about you. I drove down Dania. They're changing. It's not going to be the antique capital of the world anymore. I don't know when we're going to get. Now it's the traffic capital.
You get snagged in these places. But Defo, this is where coming into the 21st century and getting one of these betting apps will really help your life and quality of life, because you could be on the couch all day watching the college football and also putting down a few wagers.
I've tried that. I used to have when they originally came out with these kind of off-site betting capabilities. Amtote had a site out of Connecticut that it was great. I mean, it was like boiler room type of stuff, like you would see in the Sting, where you would call somebody and they would pick up the phone and go,
posting is a great thing. I love
account number, blah, 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 blah. And then they would tell you how much money you had left to bet. And then you would call your bet, and they would tape it, actually, just for a point of reference in case you called later on and said, I had the 6. What are you talking about? And it was a Stone Age method of doing it by comparison to today's easy phone app stuff. But it worked out. I went broke with the money I originally put into the thing, made many more deposits, and then I decided, you know what? I'll confine my activity to when I'm at the track.
Okay, there's some old school people who just want to make it a cash-only transaction at the track.
Joey the bag of donuts.
Yes.
That's my guy. I like him.
Now, you don't, Pat, you've been known to place a wager on the races. Do you ever do it on an app or
no?
You like the feel of the cash.
Not only that, let me tell you, when you really have stepped into recovery zone, is when you have the opportunity to take cash advances, markers. Even when I would gamble, they'd ask you, hey, you own a liquor license, don't you? You could leave it right here. That's like taking a carpenter's tool. They got like six liquor license up at the Hard Rock. They got and
they're always looking for more.
Those apps, those apps that you have. I got a $25,000 line of credit. oh, I wonder how they doing with Kissimmee High School against so and so. No. Just what's in your pocket.
No,
That's
I know,
not
but
your
the
rent
thing
money.
is, I have my betting account that is linked up to my checking account, and it gives me a weekly allowance. You could set your allowance, whatever your
Do you ever
limit is.
kite it? Do you ever kite it?
No, I don't.
That's worse than being married, man. What are you talking about?
This is why I'm a responsible gambler. I pay all my bills every month, and then whatever is left over is my fun money.
Do you fire it on one game, or do you spread the infield?
Well, I'm not a sports bet. I'm a horse better, and
Okay.
I do sometimes I have some tips, and sometimes I get concentrate on one race. This past Saturday, I concentrated on the Turf Pick 3 at Keeneland.
You did,
and I had I was alive in the last race to a couple of horses, including a couple of long shots. One horse was going to pay $800, and this is a $3 bet. I put $120 into the Pick 3. That's all I did all day. I was alive to an $800 horse, a $1,200 horse, a $200 favorite, and of course the longest shot in the field, 33-1, comes along and wins the finale at Keeneland, and it was a $2,500 Pick 3 $3 bet. But nobody wants to hear my tales of woe.
Oh, I do. I do.
I don't.
Meanwhile, we're here. We got the weekly special, Pat. We got pot stickers.
They're like a common little thing. That's just something that we just brought in for a little finger
Was it
food.
Kennedy? It's
Kenedy likes it.
We're
It was
calling
her
them
suggestion.
Kennedy's
Yeah,
pot
Kennedy, our
stickers.
girl.
Yeah, she's
Kennedy.
here today.
We named him after her because she likes them.
Mm.
And that's just a nice little touch. It's not what we do on a typical time.
It's not what you're,
Nah.
I guess, known for.
No,
but again,
no.
for a little light bar bite. I mean,
No,
that's
that's it.
but you guys always got to mix it up a little bit. That's
right.
Let's be real.
Get a little mystery meat. I would never eat it. You guys enjoy
They said
yourself.
it's
I'm not
chicken.
kidding. I know it's chicken.
Mystery meat.
I'm
What does
just-
that mean?
I'm
Oh my
teasing.
God!
When you go to those Chinese restaurants, you ever see them sitting at the
Oh,
table?
yeah, they
they
roll
got
it
it
up.
set right up
Well,
there
it's
in the
usually
table.
minced pork
Yeah,
and some
Yeah,
scallions
that's-
and this and that. But
very flavorful.
this is, I would call this like a Japanese gyoza almost. Like,
Yes, that's what it's like. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's it.
more than a pot sticker.
Very
If
nice.
I put this
Sauté.
sweet Thai chili
Thai
on
chili
cardboard,
sauce.
and I could eat it.
It's
Dip
all
some
good.
cardboard
Yeah, it's
in
great.
it.
Well, we always like to highlight all the diversity of the menu here, and you span almost all the continents around the world.
We know the 90% of the menu just has to do with everything you shouldn't eat. That's why we like it here. And then there's another 10% of the menu that my wife put in. You want to know the funniest thing? And I fought her tooth and nail about it. Would you ever think that this place would have falafel?
Falafel.
Yeah, you
Yes.
said that last time.
Is
That's
that
very
ridiculous? On a hummus platter.
I don't think it's
On a
ridiculous.
Falafel and
platter.
hummus. Well, like
And
I
we
said,
have arugula
you guys do
salad,
everything well.
and
I
we
mean-
have our chicken. We only source non-steroid, no hormones.
Nice.
Actually, I don't want to name the grocery store, but I picked up some steaks because I wasn't home anyway. I didn't really check whether it was Prime or Choice. It was just typical
supermarket
I
meat.
couldn't eat it.
Okay.
I could
Really?
not.
You
I
could
could
tell-
not
oh,
eat
wow.
it. I couldn't eat it. I tried everything. I put chimichurri on it. Everything
Which
else.
supermarket, Pat? We have no supermarket.
Trader
That's-
Joe's.
Oh, really?
Trader
Really?
Joe's. They have. Yeah. And I shop Trader
and they
Joe's
usually-
because I want to tell you, plug.
They make nice stuff. Yeah.
They
I
have
love them.
usually nice stuff, but their New York strip was unedible.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now we
interesting.
know
I've never
they're
bought meat
known
there, I don't
for
know.
a lot of their packaged
Spatch chicken.
I was gonna say
frozen
that-
chicken.
items.
Their pre-prepared stuff is nice. Like my
very
wife loves
nice,
their
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know about meat. I've never bought meat.
No, I shouldn't have bought meat there either. and I'll be candid with you. You know what I get is they have really nice quality chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get the free range eggs.
Yeah.
Well, you know where I get all my chicken now.
Yes,
Pat.
Delaware.
Delaware chicken. That's good. There we go.
But
Yeah,
we're up
he
at the
knows.
performing arts thing. My daughter's a
No, it's good.
future star, so we're up in that Lauderdale
All good.
pool area.
All good.
I drive around Dania and Hollywood.
Meanwhile, what are we doing talking about food? We're
Yeah.
here. It's a post-football Monday. We've got Defo on the
I
line.
missed the
What-
game.
you- did you
Probably doesn't
really?
wanna talk about that game.
Oh, okay. I would guess where I was last night.
Where?
Right here,
Who's here?
outside.
This is where he goes to
I
watch
had a
the
table
games.
of 6, including one rowdy, very drunk person who was a friend of a friend.
Was it a woman?
No, well, I did have a woman accompanying me, but this was
nice.
my poker buddy Dan brought his roommate.
Oh well, Dan.
who's
Dan,
gonna we're
Dan
gonna
goes hard too.
Dan goes
Yes.
hard, but we're gonna
Oh, look
leave.
at this.
Am I going
The
hard?
roommate
Look at
nameless.
these. Can the girls get in here? Look at these beautiful
Obviously.
ladies we have.
Wow,
here.
look at that. We've got the meatloaf special, Defo. And we've
Nice.
also got,
My
I
favorite.
ordered a little combo platter from the barbecue. A lot of people
A little
overlook.
combo platter.
Yeah, I
All
think
right, a
Mayo
big combo
created his
platter.
own
Deal
thing.
it. A little
Wait,
combo
here,
platter.
we'll get the
Look at this
sauces out
thing.
of the way, and look at that.
Look
Yeah,
at
we've
that.
got.
Oh,
Doesn't
you got
that
my
look
brisket.
gorgeous? That's I
Yes.
got a brisket combo, brisket and chicken, and it just looks beautiful because so many people here. They come in, they get the wings, world famous
Look at these
wings.
potted
We get the
stickers. I mean,
burgers. That's what I got last night, and I always say, you know what? The
Meatloaf Monday,
Meatloaf
$13.99.
Meatloaf Monday, and the most
Mom's
underrated
meatloaf.
stuff in the joint is their barbecue side. Again, the other side of the complex here, and it is a complex at 1300 South
Yeah,
Federal
I have
Highway.
a theory. You want to hear the theory real quick?
The barbecue side.
When you go and you don't, you first off, you have to get to a tattoo parlor. That's a must. You got to tattoo your hands, your
I don't know
neck.
what that means.
You have to, if you're going to be accepted as any sort of hipster in today's world, you got to be in your 30s. You got to tattoo yourself.
Piercings.
Piercings are a must.
My daughter
You
is
you must speak eloquently and create a vibe of some sort in
Vibes.
order to do
That's a big
barbecue.
word, yeah.
Me,
Vibes.
on the other hand, a reprobate. We're just do it the old and slow way. But I want you to get to my brisket and that.
well, you
chicken
know what I
looks
think of your brisket. I get the
Yes.
sandwich sometimes, that brisket sandwich, and sometimes I put like an onion
like.
ring
You want
on
to throw
it.
your chicken up here so
No,
you
I'm
get
doing-
the, you got it.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get in there.
Are
Don't
you
worry
getting in
about
on that
I'm
too?
eventually, but I usually leave him alone and let him do whatever the hell he's going to do before I go
But-
near it.
Before I get into the barbecue, Defo, your quick thoughts, and then maybe we'll have a little back and forth between you and Patrick about takeaways from the Dolphins game last night. Does it leave you encouraged or discouraged?
Yeah, come on now.
You know what? I didn't think it was
We're
terrible.
always
Okay,
encouraged.
if you look at it, there are no undefeated teams in the league, so you're going to incur
Right.
losses.
See, you're smart.
This was a spot where, unfortunately, as Lubie pointed out, and we like to say, the offensive line had more holes in it than O.J. Simpson's alibi. And you're thinking they held up somewhat.
was
They were
not-
in the
he wasn't-
game. They were getting jobbed by the officials. They made a couple of bad plays. But I wasn't overwhelmingly discouraged. I think they'll be able to bounce back next week. And then they get some players back soon that are significant. So if that happens before the KC game in Germany, and who knows, how tired Kelsey's going to be after hanging with Taylor Swift that week on the European tour. So I think the Dolphins still look to me like one of the top teams in the league, certainly in the American Conference.
Pat, what were your takeaways from
All right,
last night's
you
game?
want me to make it really quick?
Well, you
Okay.
can do
All
this.
right,
This is
okay.
your
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
man.
okay,
This
all
is
right, all right.
you can make it as
All right.
quick or as
Mayo's
long.
eating.
I'm eating, so
I have,
go ahead.
Okay,
Mayo's giving up on caring
so
about the show.
Belichick had Tom Brady, right? Belichick had Tom
He
Brady,
did, he
right?
did,
He
yes.
had Tom Brady. Okay.
Yes.
Tom proved by going down to Tampa with another team that he still had a lot left in his tank, right?
Yes.
What's happened to Belichick? Okay,
He
And I'm
won
gonna-
yesterday.
He won
He beat the
yesterday.
I
Bills,
watched that game.
which
They
was a
won
wonderful
yesterday. It
thing
was
for the
nice for
Dolphins.
This is
Dolphins.
where I'm steering you.
Okay,
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
to steer you
All right.
down a
Okay,
path.
Well,
fair.
I'm steering
All right,
to the
let's be
brisket
So you
serious.
and then
take
the
a
chicken.
Dolphin team, a well-coached team. Obviously every team has holes in it, and they go to Buffalo. Buffalo's up there waiting. The year before, I think they had 13 starters missing. It was 106 degrees on the field. They came down here. They lost here at home. The Buffalo lost to the Dolphins last year, and then we went up there and lost by 2 points. They were up there laying in wait. It was a big game for them, right? And now we went up to Philadelphia after a weird loss to the Jets, right?
Yep.
Right. Not the
Now
time
you
you
see
want to
San
be hitting.
Francisco loss, right? I'm seeing a little bit of parity. I see like what you talk about restaurants, and my hat's off to those hipsters. I didn't want anybody to take it wrong. Everybody's picked their game up a notch,
Right.
This is a different world now. If you think you're going to get by with an
There's no
Italian
skating.
restaurant with chicken parm,
No,
and
there's-
some canned tomatoes or something like
Everybody's
that.
got to bring their A game every
Yeah,
Sunday. And if
exactly.
you don't,
Right.
then you end up like the Bills yesterday,
So
Yep.
or the
That's
Eagles last week, or who else? Oh yeah, or the 49ers last
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
against
yeah.
all
the
right,
Browns.
now you follow the horses, right?
I do follow
Okay,
the horses.
so you
Usually,
know the little
A tad bit.
you have the little biorhythms that come up during the
yeah,
course.
there's,
Yeah, okay,
there's,
yeah. Right,
there's
right.
what do they call it?
You pick a
the
31
bounce.
shot. Right.
The bounce factor.
Exactly. So the biggest win I ever had in my life was in sports, period, was when Belichick was bringing the undefeated New England Patriots into the playoff run. And I saw the Giants hit in full stride at the end of the year.
So you had the Giants in that Super Bowl?
I had the Giants all through. I had the Giants when they traveled to Green Bay and won in Green Bay. I had them when they went down to Dallas and beat Dallas in Dallas, both underdogs. And I had 12 and a half points.
So you talk about, forget the past, the future. You know a team that I see kind of scarily, frighteningly coalescing?
Right? Who?
I don't want to say it.
Go ahead.
Jets, Jets. Are they getting better?
Yes.
And by the end of the year, that game, all those.
I'm going to that game, December 17th.
Defo.
Here, home game.
You're going to be shocked because I was actually encoured by last night's game.
I mean,
here's what I saw. I saw, an injury-riddled, penalty-laden, and actually, I don't want to blame the rest, but when you see a discrepancy, like, what was it, 25-0? Like, whatever it was. On the road, it was 17-17, and then it went kersplat. But that was a performance that nothing to
they hung in the game.
Nothing shameful about it, and it was a game they could afford to lose. Once Buffalo loses yesterday, this is a non-conference game.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes down to the end of the year.
So
the peak at the
conference games, KC is a big one, and then all the division games. So this was one. They're still in first place. They still control their destiny, and Philadelphia. But now the discouraging side, of course, is you've had what you call two barometer games, the psychologically important ones of do you really belong among the elite? Buffalo, they did not show up.
They got demolished.
And last night they hung in and have excuses.
On the road.
But they're 0-2 in these psychological barometer games. The third and the biggie and the one they really need to win is on neutral turf in Germany against the Chiefs, November 5th. And here's the plug. Watch this smoothness. Right here, Shenanigans. They're going to be open early for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Brunch.
They're
doing a Sunday brunch on November 5th.
That's
You'll
nice.
see my ass parked right here in these seats, hammering steins of whatever German lager they could bring out.
We have a lot of specials that day. We're going to have a lot of nice things going on. But more importantly, that shows how much you care about your team if you show up for that. Have a nice brunch.
Breakfast, get hammered by noon.
Oh, we have the best corned beef. We got the best corned beef hash you'll ever have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have delicious corned beef hash.
I love corned beef hash.
Okay, but
any bratwurst? You gonna do like eggs and wurst or pork chops?
We can do it, but
I'm pushing for it, Pat. I want a little German.
What are some of the brunch
here.
highlights? I didn't realize you guys do brunch.
We have some really great French. We use challah.
No, challah French toast.
Challah French toast.
Good for you.
Challah. And like I told you, corned beef hash. But we're gonna break out something that's gonna be.
Can't you just get one like bratwurst and?
Why do you need a bratwurst?
I don't know. It just makes me feel like
Make it German?
Wiener Schnitzel. No, you don't want Wiener Schnitzel for brunch, but all right, we'll discuss this.
That's the home
like
site. This is Kansas City style ribs and fresh mahi. I don't care about the home site.
What is
actually German food's like about my least favorite food.
Oh, okay. In that case, what does Taylor Swift eat? Maybe put a couple of nice light salads, like a brunch salad on the menu.
Nice.
There we go.
So you're the one tying everything to food. I'm talking sports. You moved me over food. I want to stay on that. It all matters at the end of the year. It all comes down.
Those games at the end of the year, all the home
here's the pivotal game.
Yeah.
The Jets here December 17th.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when it starts.
Okay.
And you got to be healthy.
What's the final four games? Do you know? It's Jets, Patriots, Bills. It's like they got
a good stretch.
All these home games.
Yeah.
Do you know it offhand, Defo?
No. Patriots are coming up this week, so they won't be a part of the equation at the end of the season. I do not know their ending schedule. I only get as far ahead as this KC game.
They play the Jets 12-17. And 12-24, they play the Cowboys.
12-24? I thought that okay.
Then 12-31, they play the Ravens.
In Baltimore.
Okay, so their last four games are not easy. And then the last game, they play the Bills.
Bills here.
That's it.
All right, so
that's
what that'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ravens. Again.
And the Ravens just annihilated a Lions team that people were starting to fall in love with.
When it comes down to tiebreakers and
just wait till the last four
it's
games.
all about conference record and
100%.
division record. So that's why the last night thing, the Eagles, I had it penciled. And you know what? The other thing is I found my own Francesco Defo.
Former how's that working out?
Oh, it's freaking wonderful.
It's much better to be the book, as Patrick Gunner would tell you.
Yeah, because
my buddy's 0-6 going into tonight.
We've done this 3 weeks now, right?
But he knows how to gamble.
Michael Cunningham, I'll call him out. Former Sun Sentinel
Oh,
colleague,
he's still
sports
doing it
writer,
after that,
and
that day?
he came down he writes for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution now. He came down for that Georgia Tech Mario Cristobal debacle. But we started betting. I just took his action starting that week. He went 0-3 against in the NFL games that first week. Last week he ended up. I think he went like 2-4. And then this week, I let him pick 7 games on the colleges on Saturday. He went 3-4, and yesterday 4 games in the NFL. He went 1-4.
When is he?
So he's into me for about 2
Who is this guy? How do we get?
Let me ask you a
Can we
question.
take over the book?
Let me ask you a question. What you just described there, this is time for a life change.
You mean,
Yeah.
or a phone call maybe?
No.
1-800
admit it.
admit it. But the point is, I was kind
He
of
says
digging
he can
last night.
gamble.
I let him pick the 4 games yesterday, and he took Dolphins plus 3 points last night. So as much of a Dolphin fan I am, every time something, happened that was maybe not the best for Miami, I just consoled myself. Like you said, Defo, when you have a little bit of money on the game, it just
Big
changes the
What
whole
allegiance.
perspective.
What allegiance.
And
Well, he doesn't have a-
usually I would be screaming at the screen like you were, I heard on Saturday. But yesterday I would be screaming if, let's say, Mike McDaniel forsook easy 3 points and field goals by trying to go for it on 4th and 3. Last night I was like, yeah, you know what?
He
I'm
didn't
okay with
really
that.
do
Take
it.
a shot,
He
Mikey.
wasn't
Take
so
a
bad
shot. Yeah,
He
exactly.
wasn't so bad about it yesterday.
I was screaming at the screen. I don't know, Patrick, I know you probably follow the University of Miami, but I cannot believe this Mario Cristobal is a head coach on the Division I level and has no idea, concept whatsoever of strategy, either that or 0.0 guts. I have never seen a guy in that situation play for overtime, ever.
Oh, that was
Okay,
bad
can I
at the end of regulation.
Can I really speak about this show?
Yeah, you can.
All
Try
right.
not to curse.
So my son is playing JV football for Chaminade, and they have
They're
some of the
friggin'
best
loaded.
recruits
No, they're
in the
not.
country.
They're
They have
loaded.
supposedly their wide receiver might be the number 1 overall.
No, he's the best player in the country.
Yeah, okay.
He's
All right.
reminiscent of Julio Jones and Randy Moss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm privy to this NIL money. I'm privy. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, which is really good. You heard it first here.
Mhm.
So the University of Miami alumni might be some of the smartest men that get together. They have a think tank of recruitment,
Mhm.
of how they can contractually travel under the radar.
Yeah.
Miami has always been cutting edge with everything they can do as far as recruiting.
Maybe they should talk to the coach about
Right,
taking
now-
a knee.
Okay, so
That's where I
here,
think he's getting.
hear this. So they have a recruiting class that anybody would be salivating over.
Oh, Chaminade? Oh, yeah.
No,
And
University of
Yeah,
Miami,
there's
all the
classes
way
solid.
through Miami
Yeah.
Central, all their
Oh,
recruits.
that's us. Oh, I
And
didn't
this
notice
coach is actually destroying the reputation.
that. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, here's the
He's
thing
a
I'm
good
worried
recruiter,
about.
but he's a horrendous coach.
I
he's
saw
a bad coach.
I saw something on
He's
the
a dumb coach.
I saw something,
Dummy. You're a dummy.
but man, if I
When
could
you
make,
say,
maybe I should have been dumber in life. I could make $80 million for 10 years for
I'm like,
not
oh,
being
yes.
able to do basic math. And but I saw something on the crawl last night, Defo, that it said that already one of the UM players was announced transfer
That
out.
was
to
huge.
FSU.
It was a big deal for us, and I'm
Well,
very happy.
FSU, but I'm saying this is going to be the beginning. It's the first
Yeah,
pebble
they're
of what's
they're-
going to be an
yeah,
avalanche.
Yeah.
Because
You can't look at this and not be stunned. I mean, it's horrendous to leave your team with an excellent chance to, without taking a lot of risk. I mean, yeah, sure, okay, something could go wrong while you're running plays, but with a minute 26 and 2 timeouts, and all you need is a field goal, and you have a very good kicker to win the game, and you could win it in regulation, you're going to subject yourself to the just bizarre. I mean, it's arbitrary what happens in a college football overtime. You're letting the game then depend on what could be a 2-point conversion competition.
it's very bizarre, and it's an
nuts.
overreaction. Like 2 weeks ago, he has no business running a play, and he runs a play, which had and now he has a business to run a play, and he's scared. Like
He's basically taking a knee. Yeah, exactly.
Now
there's
you
going to
won't
be a
take the-
fumble
now
or
you-
an
I'm
interception.
not a big proponent of what they call armchair quarterback. Where you
Well, we do it for a
you know
living.
you.
Yeah.
But in
He
these
was done it for 40
these
years.
two things here, in these two categories right here, he's in the dummy category.
Yeah.
But
This
again,
is no
long-term ramifications of that game.
He's
I was
hurting the recruiting.
I was surprised that they won the game against Clemson
put-
because I didn't think they were going to win another game
Well,
this year. To
Clemson's
be
coordinator is
honest,
a
to be
moron,
honest
so
with
it
you,
saved
I
their
thought
ass.
that game, that loss is such a mega loss where you lose team, you lose the trust, and now you're going to start seeing players transfer. You're going to see recruits bailing out and not wanting to come here.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, well,
That's the way it's supposed to be. Let me tell you something. What happens?
What does
with
that mean for his future?
capitalism, free enterprise.
Right.
Now you have got money in the equation.
Right.
I want to come as a high school guy. You want to lure me and give me my name recognition,
name,
right?
image, likeness is NIL.
Yeah, so you want to do it.
The game.
So I look at the coolest thing. Now, University of Miami promises me that I'm going to be paid by Hooters if I am a starter for this. So they got all the perks and everything.
Yep.
And everything looks good lined up for me to make $500,000 a year. But the big ultimate ring is to go to the NFL, right? And you want to have a really good program. You can't do it under this guy's leadership.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
It's all ended.
He's done.
It's ugly because
He's done. He's done.
There was a honeymoon period.
It's
Everybody
over.
this
I
year.
love you guys.
You just
You and I haven't written them off yet.
Yeah.
DeFi,
It's like me coming on here it's saying everything politically incorrect, right?
Yeah,
Coming to
fine.
alienate.
Well, it's just stupid. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's
guy
stupid.
in row triple Z, section 440, is screaming, "Hey, move the ball!" I mean, you have to take a shot on throwing some kind of a screen pass or something that maybe the guy breaks a tackle or gets a
We're
block
talking about
and
the end of
puts you
regulation.
in field goal range.
those-
It's insane to give up that opportunity.
Yeah, he put the sword back in
Maybe
the sheath.
did we ever
whatever. He
think
just
that?
didn't want to
I'm
win.
trying to. I like conspiracy factor here. Did you ever think that possibly that we're going to do an investigation into this guy, that he didn't take a knee with 30 seconds, that he did this and
Try
that?
and get an over.
Maybe he
At that
is
exact
betting.
moment,
He's
he
a
did-
better.
he did the
He's a
in-game
gambler.
betting and
Yes,
the money line on
yes,
Georgia Tech.
Yes.
2
Someone-
seconds before that play
I
was
say
about
that
Georgia
we-
Tech plus 15,000. So
Exactly.
$100 got him.
Exactly.
No, I
He's
don't. We
making $8
can't.
million a year. It'd be stupid for him to do it. That's the thing.
You know what
Yeah.
I'd like him to do
We're
is take
joking.
I'd
There's
like
no.
to-
It's just stupidity. It's
Well,
just-
Joanne,
yeah.
to Pat's chagrin, Mr. Restaurateur,
We are.
would actually like to talk about food, and I can't lie, I feel weird in the middle of this conversation doing it, but I would love to because this meatloaf is fantastic,
Thank you.
and the barbecue chicken
You
that
want a little brisket?
the barbecue chicken is tremendous.
We
Well,
use
brisket-
big plump
The brisket, I already
roasters.
tried some. We'll get to it.
The mac
Brisket's
and
great, but
cheese.
what I gotta say, you just said it. I'm a big side. I love protein. I've always been a meat eater, but when someone can make good mac and cheese,
Wow. Thank you.
especially a
Can,
quote
you,
unquote
can
bar,
you sit in the middle from now on? I don't mind.
it's cheesy, it's
I don't want to
creamy.
sit next to you.
It's
Oh,
great,
man.
and that's something. A lot of times it's an
You're giving
afterthought
me
at a bar.
goosebumps.
You guys just do a great job with everything,
Thank
and
you,
we're always
thank
excited to come out to Shenanigans.
Well, you don't get to be my size and not know.
We're going to cut Defo loose and take a break in a minute, but I first want to just recap last week's contest, the Gulfstream 10 Palms contest. Defo.
Yeah.
I think you owe me an apology.
What happened?
Well, I
Because it
made
worked perfectly.
Oh, he puts like 16
Active
conditions
things.
on these things, Patrick. It's like he doesn't want to give the prize away. It
He's
really
like,
is
it worked
crazy.
well, but there was way less people
two.
in attendance. I'm
I
like, well,
made, you know, we started off this Gulfstream 10 Palm Sunday brunch contest fairly simply, where you give the name of a restaurant, where I give this series of like restaurant trivia questions.
Oh, okay, cool.
Give the restaurant name, and then we would pick a race of the week at Gulfstream on their Saturday card and the contest race, and pick the name of the winner.
Okay.
2 elements, right? Well, so many people were getting it that I would have to go to the tiebreaker hat. You picked one of those slips where I'd have to make
yes.
like
yes,
18 little
yes.
slips with names
You
on
always
paper.
tell me to pick the yellow one.
Yeah, and that, yeah, and I would always get
Pick that.
grief,
That's my sister's friend.
you know,
All right. Where is
the
that?
one that was taped to
Yeah.
the side of the hat. No, I
I'm
get
just
all these people who are like, you know, oh, is this on the up and up? So I got tired of making all these little, like you call them, the what it looks like the tabs of acid or something
Yeah.
the little slips.
Little paper.
This week we did. Defo, it was how many elements? It was 4. Right?
I think you had 16. You also
The restaurant
wanted to
name,
know how many casualties there were on the southern side of things in the Civil War, I believe was a part of it.
So it was the restaurant name. This week it was Pasta and, which
Ooh.
was
I love that name.
It's a great restaurant up
Yes,
in
it
Margate.
is.
If you've been up
my
there,
wife
I have.
again.
yeah. And
I
again,
haven't. I
I've been a
wanna
big fan of it since
You
I
don't
reviewed
have
it.
any junk. You got all the top restaurants. I
Yes.
go to all the ones you have. I got to really
He
hats
trusts
off
my
everybody.
opinion. Can
I-
you,
At
be,
least
can
someone
you know,
does.
You should be a bit of food writer.
Not a food critic.
You know a lot about food.
Pasta and in Margate because it's National Pasta Month, and last
Yes.
week we celebrated
Good
National
job.
Pasta Day.
Pasta.
So that was the restaurant name. Then I made him pick 2 races on Saturday's card because it was the Phillies and Colts division, and I mean the Philly division, the Colts division of the Florida Sire Stakes. It used to be known as the Florida Stallion Stakes, and both of them were won by the heavy favorites, Defo. So just as I envisioned, it came down to the fourth prong of the equation, which was the winner of last night's Eagles-Dolphins game and the winning margin. After all that, we had a winner, and most importantly, it was only one person who had all the elements closest, so there
Philly
was no need for the little pills
what did
or
they
the
have
fentanyl
Philly?
tabs.
Who
in
is
the
that
hat.
person? They sound smart to me.
What did they have
Yeah.
Philly by?
They
Like, what
from
was the margin that they
Philadelphia?
picked?
Where are they from?
Well, so yeah, the guy was from Philly, and we say at this point, Defo. Okay, so the numbers were down a little. We had only about 21 entrants. Usually, we get 35 to 50 entrants. So making it that complex,
It scared
Way to
people.
discourage people
100%.
from playing,
It
Mayo.
scared the crap out of people.
The idea was to get more people interested.
the important thing was one winner and no hat. That to me is the important thing.
Pat's got a hat. You could have thrown the names in
We-
there.
we-
Stop being a lazy, the word stop.
Lazy
I'm giving the
ass.
breakdown.
And run a good contest.
10 people had the restaurant and both winners of the races.
Jesus.
Okay?
Really?
So we had
It was
10
like a chalk
people
fest. It was like a chalk
that it
fest.
went down to last night's game. 3 of the 10 picked the Dolphins. 7 of the 10 picked the Eagles.
Jesus.
Of the Eagles pickers,
Yeah.
2 of them had him winning by 3. 2 of them had him winning by 6. 2 of them had him winning by 7. And only 1 had him winning by
14.
double digits. His name is Mark Rubin. I believe
Mark
he's
Rubin,
from
congratulations.
Sure, Mark.
The one before this guy.
I don't
Mark
know.
I want an
Rubin.
investigation.
Mark
No, I'm
Rubin,
having
that's
an
my cousin's
investigation. here.
Well, the
I don't think he
rules,
plays.
if you look at Mike
Yeah.
Mayo's Lunchbox, the Facebook page,
Yeah.
Facebook.com/Mike Mayo's
Must be
Lunchbox,
a smart better.
you're eligible to re-enter and
Every 3
win
months.
after, is it 90 days, I think?
3 months,
Yeah,
90 days.
90
whatever you wanna
days.
call it, yeah.
And I don't think Mark Rubin has ever won before.
No, I've
Oh,
heard
I'm
that
just
name.
He's
teasing
a
what I
Philly
said.
guy who is on the Let's Eat group, and I've had to suspend him a couple of times because he gets a little rude
Oh,
on
that's
the group.
how I know him. Remember, I met him over. That's how I met him. I forgot over my buddy
And you know-
Wrecker's house
You
from
know
New
the Philly
England.
guys.
Yeah,
They could be a little
Oh,
opinionated.
that's how I met him.
They
Yeah.
throw snowballs at Santa Claus, these
Yeah.
people. But
These people, yes.
congrats.
Those people.
congrats,
He's
Mark
only a
Rubin. He's
jerk.
probably complained about lack of cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale, but there is no denying the greatness of his pick this week. He got
Congratulations,
it.
Mark.
He picked Eagles by 11. They won by 14. One and done, only winner, and hopefully he can join us this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday we'll be
Pat,
out there.
I hope maybe
Pat.
you can come out. I know
Oh, he
you're
likes
celebrating.
horses too.
We'll be at
This
Gulfstream this
yeah?
Sunday.
Okay, you guys
Doing a
really
brunch,
invite me?
our
Yeah.
quarterly brunch bash.
Okay.
Quarterly brunch bash this Sunday. Guess how many people we
How
have
many- what
coming
time?
now? We start at noon.
12-ish,
Noon?
12-ish.
Okay.
You
That's-
can be there as
That's not brunch.
long
That's
as
lunch. You got to be an hour before.
Well, you know,
That's not lunch. Brunch. No.
Joe Beja.
Brunch means before lunch. Noon is lunch.
They open. Okay, first post time.
Don't
is
mention Joe Beja
12:40.
because he's a very unconventional guy.
Well, we love Joe
Yeah,
B.
he's the best.
He is great to us, and he is giving us the discounted rate of $40 per person. So if you want to come on out, just
Robbery.
RSVP me to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. All day buffet with the omelet station and the carving station
Wow.
and seafood, and the desserts. And
Do we get any handicap help from you and
yes,
Defo?
I give a
he
little
does
spiel.
handicapping.
You
I don't
do?
think he's done
Alright.
well, but he does do the handicapping.
And again, just RSVP. So we've already got 50 on the books.
Oh, geez,
Defo.
okay.
Is
We've got
Cafe Bill and those guys aware of this?
40 of those are freebies. So
You
Pat.
gotta make. Oh,
You should talk to Joey.
When
Joey-
Mayo brings a crowd,
Try to
they're
get
eating
them.
for free.
Here's the
That's
breakdown.
beauty. Yeah.
We have 9 prior contest winners with the +1s. So that's 18 who are comped.
oh.
Then we have the hosts and their +1. So we've got another 4. 24 comps, and we've got 26 people who are actually paying who are RSVP.
You'll never. You better come this time. But Joe's not going to do this again.
He's been doing it every quarter. It's actually worked
He's
out.
losing his ass on this
He's
thing.
weird.
he's
He's going
a-
along
Oh,
with
well,
it.
The
it's all the-
Starbucks family's doing investigation.
all the
Took a
contest
leave of
winners,
absence.
instead of having the contest winners come, different weeks, this is a nice way to get
Yeah, get it
everybody
done.
together.
Knock it out.
And again, it's going to be a grand old time. And Mark Rubin, hopefully you can make it this Sunday. But if not, you've got your pick of the litter for the next couple of months. Choose a Sunday if this one doesn't work for you. Congrats, Mark Rubin. I'll be sending you an email. And yeah, that's it. That was it.
Nice
We got
job.
through it, Defo.
Nice job.
We
Nice
got
job.
through it. And I will never do that again. I'm going to go back just to.
Yeah, please. I mean, the idea is to get people to play. Before I go, I do have to congratulate two people, very fine restaurateurs. I'm sure you're familiar with these guys. Frank Tallarico over at the Ocean Manor Hotel. They had a spectacular party. I wasn't able to catch that one. It was Saturday night at the Casa Calabria.
Nice.
65 years anniversary of the Ocean Manor Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Frank's done a marvelous job of renovating and redoing everything there and turning it into a
You're going
first-class
to be there Wednesday.
We'll be there.
vacation destination. And then
People gets to join us again.
Wednesday.
I will be there Wednesday. And then Dave B. Stinger's 30-year anniversary party last night.
Wow, that's tough.
Had a nice turnout for that. I was able to catch
Looks
that.
like mine
And,
keeps getting
so
misplaced.
congratulations to
They
Dave
don't-
B. And it is official. I don't know. Do you know Spanky from Spanks the Hog, Patrick?
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah.
been around forever. He sold a joint, and two very nice people, and I think have a restaurant set up in Palm Beach somewhere. I don't remember their names, but they're going to keep the place going pretty much the same, supposedly. So, but
That's
that
in Pompano,
transaction went down this past week.
Pompano, Spanks the Hog, and a place
a
that
great
is
Sold American, my friend. Sold
Loved-
American.
loved by many. And I've got news in Hollywood. I don't know if you know, John Nigro is his name.
Nigro,
Yeah, from
okay.
Sonny's famous steak
Sonny's
hoagies.
Hoags.
Yeah.
Cookies.
He's having a big birthday. I think this month he's turning 70, and
Okay.
he also is selling to.
Oh, yeah,
I
wow.
think it's his stepson or son-in-law and somebody else who's involved in the business. He's basically keeping it close
family, okay.
in the family with another new.
I was just
partner.
there like about a week ago.
Do you like that, John?
I love that little
He
guy,
basically-
and I love him too.
Yeah, John.
He's
and
great people.
Marilyn.
Chaminade graduate.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And, that place has been in business 65 years, and he just said it's time. His father started it. He worked with his dad a long
Big
time.
mistake.
What? To
Big
work with
mistake.
To
Yeah.
stop, to
Yeah,
stop
no.
going there.
He likes to gamble. You know that, right? Yeah, no, the see.
I've seen
No,
him
no,
at
no, no.
Dania
Yeah.
Highlight.
No,
a
no,
couple
you
times.
see him everywhere.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We have our being Catholic's nice. We can always say we're sorry, but restaurateurs should never retire. Never. That's it. They
Well,
don't have a reason
here's
to
the
live
thing.
after that. What are you going to do?
No, he goes in there. He
I
said
know.
he's still going to be involved.
Yeah.
Because it's still family in the family, but he's not going to be in there every day
Where's he
baking the
gonna
bread.
go?
It's-
What's he going to do?
Well, he's
gotta call
still the landlord. He owns that whole block of stores, so it's
Well,
not
good for
like
him.
he's giving
not
up
the
all
same.
his revenue. But no, we want to just wish him congratulations. He had a great
congratulations.
run.
He's a great guy. I'm
He's a
kidding.
great guy, sweetheart, and I know they were waiting to officially close for the transfer of the restaurant, but it's pretty much a done deal at this point.
Well,
And
good for him.
but it's not going to change because the recipes are staying the same, and John is going to be around to kind of make sure QC, quality control,
There you
and
go.
if he has to step in there
What a
and bake
good
some
man.
loaves
And
of
his
bread,
beautiful wife. She's a wonderful lady, too.
Yeah.
They're working side by
that's
side.
all good. All right, Defo, we're going to cut you loose.
All right,
and,
thanks,
put it-
Patrick. Always a pleasure, my friend. I have to come in and try the meatloaf one day. I'm a meatloaf freak, and
Yeah,
Patrick
really
is,
Really
nice.
good.
Really
Mom's
nice.
meatloaf.
that
Really
looks great. Yeah, it looks like it's done
Listen,
the way I prefer.
we were talking. We have a Teddy Vernon, Crazy Teddy Vernon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the
Yeah,
cars.
Teddy Vernon's with the cars isn't doing well. And I was talking to my really dear friend Jimmy Silverman, and your name came up. We just having a conversation about us old school guys that are still hanging around
Still
and
in.
everything. Yeah, still going at it.
Remember the movie he put out about wrestling? Ted Vernon, Hammerhead
Yes,
Jones.
yes,
And
yeah,
he played.
Hammerhead
I think he played the great Hammerhead
He did,
Jones in the
he
movie.
did.
Yes.
And you know what? You're a legend. We were reminiscing about some of your stuff, and so's Teddy's up there. He's got a dealership up in Lake Wales where I bought a little lake house.
Oh yeah, nice,
Stop by and see him. Yeah,
beautiful. Say hello to me
I
him
will,
for me.
I will.
And, yeah, I always had a good time with Ted Vernon. He was always involved in a lot of favorable charitable efforts, also. So real
Yes,
good,
he is.
sincerely
He's a
good guy.
He's a good man
Yes.
like that. And so are you, Devo.
All right,
Well,
we'll
thank
see.
you. Yes, I mean, it's great being with you guys, and Mayo's been chowing the entire time, which is not surprising.
Well, I'm letting others.
He orders
kinda
food to
chat.
go too. He takes
Yeah,
food to go.
he's
He
worse than
orders-
Lubie. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
the
yeah.
worst. I am the worst.
get those to-go boxes ready for Lubie. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do.
my mom loves the meatloaf. And
All right, see you guys later. Have a good time.
All right.
All right,
Defo,
yes, we will see
I
soon.
lied for the Breeders' Cup Day. The contest is all 8 Breeders' Cup races. You're going to have to
Yes.
do in the contest too. So
All right,
that's it.
Deepness. We'll see you later.
All right. See you later. All right. Let's take our first break, and then
Yes,
we'll
sir.
be back
Yes, sir.
with more with Pat Utter here at Shenanigans Sports Pub in Dania Beach. Max's 9089 West Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. For more than a decade, a top spot for lunch, weekend brunch, and dinner at the Delray Marketplace in West Delray. It's a family-friendly dining room in a comfortable setting with also an outdoor patio that's pet-friendly. American classics like chicken and waffles, brick oven pizzas, chopped salads, and of course, great burgers, including the famous Farmhouse Burger and the traditional Prime Burger. Open 7 days with happy hour at the bar and high tops from opening until 6:30. For reservations and more information, go to bertandmaxes.com. Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Lunchbox, we're having a grand old time here at Shenanigans, talking food, talking sports, chowing down on this great Monday meatloaf special. That is something that is really special. $13.99.
Real broccoli, red bliss potatoes, real potatoes.
I like some of the potato chunks in there.
Yeah,
the skins, I love that.
Pat likes it so much that he's been chowing down on it, and we like it so much that we're
ordering
sharing a couple to go.
I'm going to take it home too.
This is perfect for my mom.
You're a little hungover today. I noticed you're unshaven.
Well,
I got to be honest with you. You were in here late last. I looked at the cameras, Lubie.
Did you hear about the incident?
He said there was a loud guy in here.
Les handled it with much aplomb.
Yeah,
and this is why I respect people in the business. Somebody that was
inebriated.
Part of my posse showed up. You never know. It's never a good sign when they show up with a solo cup.
Yeah,
filled with straight vodka.
Yeah.
So we got it. You got it. You can't have that here.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
Yeah.
He handled it with aplomb. We got the guy out of here, and they boxed up. Matty did a great job. Boxed up the guy's burger to go, so he got to maybe sober up a little bit.
He's in
later.
the grips of his alcoholism.
And we don't want to look. Some of us have been there, and we know other people. But yes, I did. I'm not hungover. I only had 2 beers.
Okay.
Rewind the tape.
That's what you told the police. I heard you were leaving.
I have the receipt to prove it. And yes, I'm a little scruffy, but that's not for me. That is because people that I'm hanging out with now like a little bit
Ruggedly.
scruffy, the rugged look.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
lady
that
from
would-
ruggedly handsome man and very smart on top of it.
Yeah.
Good writer and ruggedly handsome.
And
I heard you've been down to the beach and been sighted walking, exercising. You got a
I keep
suntan.
running into
I
you.
see this.
I
I
keep-
know my bride.
I
She
keep
tells
running into
me,
your wife, and
Yeah.
she keeps saying, Pat's right behind me. You're going to see
Yeah.
him in a minute. And I never see you. I don't know
Well,
if you turn around to
Well,
go.
I'm in a race, but I'm against the sundial. She's got the stopwatch
Right.
going.
But,
Yeah, you'll see me about an hour later.
but I have
No,
been taking my
congratulations.
walks.
I'm just teasing
I'm trying
you.
to, get myself. Of course,
It shows. It
I
shows,
I
brother.
love to be teased. This is what I live for. I am the human punching bag.
Good.
I want to give some good shout outs. Was at Tom T's Louisiana Kitchen up in Boynton on Saturday night. He did one of his feed me dinners. He's a talented guy. I don't know if you ever got a chance to check out his food, but his Cajun cuisine. He did what he called Death by Gumbo. It was a special gumbo with a really ultra kind of dark and rich roux, but with sliced duck breast on top of beautiful rice. It was really, really good. Flavor bomb. And, we love Tom T. It was good to see him and Heather. And a whole cast of characters came out there. And, so props to him. Tonight, I'm going to our friends Phil and Kate with the Visit Lauderdale Food Festival are holding one of their collaboration dinners or special events. And
we'll send them our regards.
And with your buddy Reno Sorbonne from Heritage, who is now part of the Defo show as their hockey expert. Did you know that Reno Sorbonne, have you been into Heritage?
Yeah.
Did you know, besides
Talented musician,
musician, his father obviously owned and operated the Pizza Time in Coral Springs for a while, no longer involved or owning that. But did you know his brother-in-law is Roberto Luongo?
Oh, I could see a little toughness there.
Yeah, his sister been married to him for, I think, 20 years. They've been together for 25
I'd like
years.
to tell you this. I travel under the radar everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And I sneak in. My wife and I, we like that little funky area. We
Yeah,
go up
Flagler
and
Village.
see, because my daughter is in the performing arts at the Broward
Oh,
Performing Arts.
nice.
She's in the Christmas Carol and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
And when we need a place to bounce, we go over there. I don't identify myself, but I really like.
See,
I like.
you notice how
I
he
stopped
does
sending.
not
I've
identify.
gotten better. I don't text Pat every time I come in anymore.
I don't identify. No,
Anymore.
there. I don't. No, I don't. I watch. I like to see the open kitchen. I like the way they do.
Yeah.
They got some cool and funky things. I like their filtered
That's
water.
called
And
tact. That's
Yeah.
called tact.
yes.
So wait, tonight's dinner though is
Plus,
not.
what if it goes south on me? You know.
At least I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know that guy was complaining
Last
over
night-
there.
Last night it went south on me in a
Did
hurry,
it?
Pat, but
Yeah.
the burger was good,
Oh,
so
good,
that was all good.
That's all
No,
I had control.
Tonight's dinner is actually at this new place called Miso Japanese Tapas in
Where is that?
across the railroad tracks. I guess they call that the Progresso neighborhood. It's right across from the
where Henry
Flagler.
Sandwich used to be.
Well,
Over
it's
back
kind of
there?
near that. Do you know where that
West
patio
side, right?
patio pizza, and then there's that
Yes.
bottle shop Wine Watch is there,
yeah.
and then there.
How
so
it's
it's
miso? I know
miso. So it's a Japanese, like very trendy. Tuan, who is the owner chef there, was one of the co-founders of the Fat Boy sushi chain, but he left Fat Boy, and he's been working on this project. It opened earlier this year in June.
Good luck to him.
It's gotten really good buzz.
luck
I've
to
been
him.
in there 3 or 4 times. I love it. It's one of my favorite new spots in Fort Lauderdale, and I think you should go check it out.
I will.
A lot of small Japanese plates, a mixture of sushi, rolls, and cooked dishes.
How cool is
They
that?
do some really innovative stuff. And again, like-minded people where you get Tuan and Reno together.
Oh, they're
And,
partners?
Well, no, they're doing a collab
So they're
dinner
doing-
tonight.
oh,
So I'm going
wow.
this dinner, because it's a small place, Miso Japanese Tapas. It only holds probably about maybe 40, 50 people inside.
Okay.
They sold out in 12 minutes, this collab dinner, but I got to get in. So I'm looking forward to it because
Wait, are they
but-
combining?
yeah,
are they combining
it's
the
everybody
genres?
does a course, but the theme is trying to blend the
Italian
Italian
and
with
Asian?
Japanese, Asian. And you might say, huh? What?
I'm not
sure
against it. It's just an interesting
I
pairing.
got some early intel from Phil, but I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I heard, some of these dishes sound a little bit very creative. And
But they're separate, or they're actually
each there's
Courses. You're going to have courses,
dinner.
6 courses.
So
and they're going to come in.
Reno does 3, and
You
Juan
guys
does
don't
3.
need a 6-course dinner because you come in with
Nah,
everything
we're good
like an eagle swooping in.
Well,
yeah.
maybe. Last night I had
And then you take food to go.
Last night I had the Shack and Grilled wings here.
Nice.
It was excellent, because I usually, I'm trying to watch my sugars, and that has
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit of honey, but the rest of the table wanted it, and with the little red pepper flakes, we loved that, and that was very solid and a winner. Had the regular buffalo wings.
I'm going
Had the
Thursday night
Swiss
to
Alps
Runway.
Runway.
Oh, we
We're
have
gonna
him
see,
there.
I'm
gonna
going
see
Thursday.
Pat Marzano, the other
Yeah,
Pat.
I love Pat's my good friend. He's
Yeah.
my buddy. Yeah, I like Pat. Great Anthony and
I
Mark
have not
Fossoletto.
been in there in a couple of months, and
I'm going
I've probably
Thursday
been there
night.
4 or 5 times. So I need to get back there. I love. What's your go-to dish there now? Do you have a go-to at Runway?
I'll be candid with you, and I don't eat meat, and I was just maligning.
You've given
that.
up red meat?
I eat it.
What
Once,
was
I
this
eat
one,
it.
the meatloaf?
No, I'll eat it once a week, or that's ground beef. So,
I love that.
they have a great steak program there. I'll get something small,
Okay.
but then my wife will always make sure that we get our go-to things, which is we love the snapper dishes, the creativity with the oregano, and then I get
He
the
does
greens.
The swordfish.
Swordfish is nice,
swordfish is good.
Mediterranean
Yeah.
style too.
And then sometimes
But
they
I
have
like
a
the fish.
fish
There's pretty much nothing. that he
linguine with
doesn't-
clams. That's a
Linguine
stellar
and clams,
dish.
yeah.
That's a good.
Pretty
one.
much everything they have on the menu is delicious.
They're doing a really good job. Mark
Yeah.
Falsetto, the new junior partner, is a go-getter.
Oh,
and
you're
that-
not
that-
kidding.
And that
But Anthony's the Pope. You know that.
oh, of
right?
course,
He's the Pope.
Nobody
That's
would,
it. Anybody
nobody,
that's you
nobody
can't
would
challenge the
say a
Pope.
bad word about
Come on,
Anthony
he's the man.
Bruno. He is the man.
Yeah.
But that new, again, like you mentioned, the steak program, and they do that carpaccio with the Wagyu beef.
Oh, delicious.
That is unbelievable dish. So my go-to dish is there. If I'm going pescatarian, I get the linguine and clams and the swordfish. If I'm going a little bit on the meatier side, I'll get the carpaccio, and then maybe that veal parmesan that's on
The
the
stuffed
bone,
veal, yeah,
or
yeah.
That sounds amazing.
or the chicken parm a la vodka. That's Danielle's
wow.
You
favorite.
better walk. You got me hungry. We better go for a
I
walk
better start
together.
doing
We gotta start
marathons
walking.
again.
Right? We better walk there and back.
We also got to take another break, and it's now the time is to put in the good word about tomorrow. We're going to be at Deck 84
Yes.
with our new partners, new sponsorship, Burt Rappaport and his Rappaport's Restaurant Group, and he is a first-class individual. Do you know Burt at all?
I know of him, and
He's
his reputation's incredible.
He's such a cool dude. And
not like mine.
you know when a place is good when you go in and like all the servers, all the employees seem happy.
They're happy.
Didn't
It's
I
like
comment
here.
when I
Yeah.
saw it on there? How beautiful it looked.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yes.
saw we
Yeah.
did the ad,
Burton
the spot
Max's.
today for Burton Max's.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to be there next month, but tomorrow we're going to be at Deck 84,
Uh-huh.
also in Delray Beach. Beautiful waterfront overlooking the Intracoastal right there on East Atlantic in the 800 block. They have valet parking, so it's very easy to park. You don't have to find deal with the on-street parking there on Atlantic with the meters. And they just have a new chef in there because, again, Burt is always one of these guys who's looking constantly to evolve, improve. And even though it's this place that it's going to get a lot of people in there because of the natural beauty, the waterfront view, the outdoors, a perfect time of year to go check out Deck 84. But he wants the food to be constantly improving. He's got a new chef. We're going to meet the new chef tomorrow. We're also going to, sample some of their standards. They got really good fish tacos like you do have here. Again, American classics, comfort food. He also has a sushi program there, and we'll see some of their new menu items because he changes his menu twice a year. Again, deck84.com is the address. We'll be there tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. in Delray Beach. Come on out and say hi. And to check out all the Rappaport Restaurant Group restaurants, we've got Max's Grill. We were there last week in Meisner, over 30 years. Burton Max's, West Delray, and, of course, Prezzo Italian Restaurant, 2 locations now, Boca Raton and Palm Beach Gardens. Check it out and tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's wrap up business, right? And we'll be back to finish up this edition. Boy, it was a wide-ranging edition, too, of the Lunchbox from Shenanigans. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop. It's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox. Another hour flew by here at Shenanigans. I urge everybody, if you're into baseball, football.
Oh, and by the way, there were
pretty
tons
much
of
anything.
compliments. The bar Don was talking about, and they have great barbecue. I'm a barbecue guy, and you
Yep.
go to a bar, you don't think the barbecue is going to be top notch. I go there for my barbecue.
Oh, that's what one of our
Don,
viewers said.
Don
Good.
Jaffe, the great Don Jaffe.
Again,
Thank
I
you.
was just complimenting Pat during the break that his the brisket has the right amount of fat. You know, you need a little bit of moisture with your brisket.
Yep.
It has a lean side
Yeah,
and a
it's a
little
great
bit of
flavor,
that.
too.
Well, you know,
fatty
it,
side.
it cooks slow, and you try to eliminate it. A lot of people do, but you need it to render down
Yeah.
and permeate the
It
marbling in there.
And again, it's good flavor, nice smoke. The barbecue
Chicken, very
chicken
good.
is good. Again, something that you might not see or might think about. It's overlooked often when people come to Shenanigans, try the barbecue. It's Gambling
Great
Gourmet
barbecue.
approved, Lunchbox approved.
Thank you, guys.
As
Thank
is
you
Pat
very much.
Utter.
Thank you.
And I'd be remiss without mentioning our friends at Tropical Acres, especially on a Monday, half
Oh,
price
come on,
Monday.
they're the best.
The Studio Alley family. They are they've been running it for generations.
60
The
years,
restaurant has been around since 1949, older than Defo. That means they're doing something right. Tonight, you can go in for a half price, happy hour in the bar, 4:30 to 6:30. Then go into the dining room, half price wine night. You've got the standards like their great prime rib, the filet mignon, barrel cut, wrapped in bacon, however you like it. Tropical Acres is at 2500 Griffin Road, and they are open for Thanksgiving, 1 to 8 p.m. Are you guys open for Thanksgiving? Do you do a Thanksgiving meal here?
This year we might not be. I don't know.
Okay.
We're having a little bit of a conversation about that right now, but
Okay.
we have a lot of games on Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah.
Yes, there
So
are.
I think we're going to hit it. It's up to my chef. We're going to have to come up with that
the
idea.
Dania double. You hit Shenanigans for early football game, a couple of drinks, maybe an appetizer here,
I think
1300 South Fellow Highway, and then you go shoot right up to Griffin Road. You see the sign. It says Tropical Acres, 2 miles that way. You cut across Griffin Road, and Thanksgiving dinner, 1 to 8 p.m. Some of those slots are already filled up, 5:30, maybe 6 at this point. You want to give them a call, 954-989-2500. Jack Studiali, his son Joe, and, of course, Jackson. They'll take great care of you. Get in the book for Thanksgiving, 1 to 8 p.m. And, again, go in there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you. They still got a couple of weeks left. That Twin Lobster special, $39 for twin little, those pound and a quarter.
Yep.
Not little. They fill you up.
No,
you have
it's
2 of
nice.
them.
No, it's a lot of
I
food.
can't finish all the food if you really know how to eat a lobster. And they have comes with a salad and a side dish. $39 for a couple of weeks more. That's going to be ending soon. So get out there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you. And Pat, thanks for
thank
indulging
you guys.
us.
You're the man.
Thanks
Pat.
for
Thank you.
indulging Defo.
I've never been shook down for meatloaf to go, but I'm honored. More meatloaf over here. 2 more meatloafs. Don't let your
We're the king
meatloaf,
of the
folks.
schnorrers, and Defo isn't even around. So, oh man, thanks, Pat. As usual, come on out Sunday.
FSU.
I know
top
you've
4.
got a big
FSU.
You've got a big anniversary coming up next week. Right?
Oh yeah, October. 30th.
You'll be treating your better half.
Yes.
in
Yes,
a good
Mazel,
way.
congrats.
But the day
John
before,
Legend.
oh, is that
Nice.
what?
October 30th.
Good for you. You're getting out
a
about
romantic
nice.
evening with
At
my
the Hard
baby.
Rock.
That's tremendous.
Yeah,
That sounds
Last
good.
night
Maybe
you
a
had
little.
nice concert too. That's pretty cool. Look at you.
maybe a little-
Intimate evening with John Legend on your anniversary.
Good for
Very
you.
good. I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll be
Smart
a nice
man.
meal involved somewhere.
Yeah.
But if
See
you want to
some
come out
flowers,
and
a card.
dabble in some of the thoroughbred prognostication,
Oh, Sunday. If
Why
you do want
is
to
it
come
when
out.
I introduce my wife and I say she's a lucky girl, everybody just starts laughing? I don't understand that. I'm trying to.
you got well. Somebody's lucky.
You're
so
both lucky
in
that's
love,
for
so
sure.
there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want anybody who wants to come on out
This Sunday,
Sunday,
check
just
us out,
Mike
Gopher
Mayo
Park.
Eats at gmail.com. RSVP with the number.
Philly
of your party.
Rubin. We're going to have a Philly Rubin here?
Philly Rubin.
Mark
Something like
Rubin?
that.
We're having
Yeah,
a
Mark Rubin. Congrats
Mark
again.
Rubin, yeah. Mark
Maybe
Rubin
we'll see
plug.
you Sunday. We'll see 9 winners and many more people at the Brunch Bash this Sunday. All right.
Florida
For Jeff
State,
Defo
number 4.
DeForest, you should see us. We're up here on the big screen. Got the Pat McAfee show on one screen and the Lunchbox on another. They know how to get it done here at Shenanigans. We'll see everybody tomorrow from Deck 84 in Delray Beach. And remember to enjoy every meatloaf, and enjoy every brisket, and enjoy every sandwich.
Don't let your meatloaf.